Welcome back to the Prof G and Shively Next Play podcast, episode 5, this spring of 2026. Matt, how you doing today?
Doing great.
You're looking at your fancy scorebook that you got for baseball season is upon us, and Matt is a baseball junkie.
Yes, I love keeping score.
He's comparing my chicken scratch to his professional scoring over here as we sit.
Yeah, I'm looking at a very hard-to-watch inning that we'll talk about here in a bit. What happened? So
we got a little bit to talk about volleyball, about men's baseball, basketball, and even soccer. So we got to get going or we're going to run out of time.
We do. We have a lot. It's good. This is the part of the year, the schedule. We talked about this, where we have so much going on, so much to talk about. A lot of good content, hopefully, coming your way. We're proud of our athletes. We're glad they're all doing the sport they love, and we want to give them some shout out for that, for all the hard work.
Yeah, last week we had a couple of teams record their first victories. One counted, the other one didn't, but still a victory nonetheless. So
still counts in your
heart. Just doesn't count on the score sheet, right?
That's right.
So starting there, women's sand volleyball for the first time ever played a home game here and played NAU's club team and came away with the victory, although it was an exhibition.
So it was, I believe, 3 wins to 2 wins? Is that how it looks? So 3 of the pairings won and 2 of the pairings lost?
Yep, and we're still learning this setup about, we get the basics of, 2 play at each time, and then there's 2 courts going. But I guess at some schools there's 3 courts going, so I don't quite know it. We're going to see for ourselves this coming weekend here as there's another home matchup. But, congratulations to the ladies for getting that win. I'm sure it's a good kickstart to their season.
It is. They've been working hard out there. Been seeing them practice when I leave, and it's really fun. Every time I leave about 5 o'clock from here, every evening, you see the field full of soccer players. You see the ladies, at the sand volleyball. You hear the guys in the gym for basketball when you're leaving and getting into your car, right? So there's
even sack being hacky out here sometimes.
Yes, sacks are being hacky. It's a vibrant campus right now. Exciting to see all that. So sand volleyball, as you mentioned, the big victory. They have a match on Saturday.
Yes, they're going to be home this weekend, and so at 11 o'clock out here, right by the the pool house.
The pool house.
The pool house. If you know the campus here, come out and check it out. They'll be in action, and it's going to count this time on the record sheet, which is good. 11 o'clock. But if you're not able to make it, we're going to try and get some of the action at least in a recorded way because we have multiple sports going. And at this point on our channel, we can't multi-stream. So we're going to at least record with commentary part of it and post later in the day. So
right. Going to do our best to get our student athletes represented as best as we possibly can. That game, do we know who they are playing? I believe they are playing Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa.
Ottawa, yes. And they're playing as we speak, Jason.
They are a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing at the Arizona Athletic Grounds, and technically not a home game, which is why we're not broadcasting it, even though we have broadcast from AAG before.
We have.
Matt has paid for parking.
Until they validate my parking, I'm going to have a silent protest.
Yes.
Kicking and screaming.
How do you silently protest? You just not go broadcast there?
I just kick and scream a lot.
Silently
in my own head.
Good.
It's a mess up there. You don't want any part of that.
It's a very grown-up thing to do. You don't do it on outside. You just keep it all in.
It's healthy. Yep. Shove it down.
Yep, exactly. Says the counseling pastor.
Exactly.
So the volleyball Saturday. There's also on Saturdays another men's basketball game. This time against Bethesda, and that's a home game.
The Lion Angels coming into town.
The Lion Angels versus the Lions. Before
and after puzzle right there.
It was always funny when I was on the PA having to call that like Lions ball or Lion Angels ball. It was I had to keep track because I get confused.
Still not sure what a Lion Angel is. Maybe something like a griffin?
Maybe like it's an angel with a lion's head. Maybe.
All right.
There are all sorts of descriptions of angels in the Bible, so maybe there
true.
is one that has a lion's head.
Yes, I believe so. It's a revelation angel right there.
There you go. So they're playing at noon here at the Dr. Paul Chin Court. Come out and check that out if you can get here. But if not, we will have that one broadcast live during the game and also posted later after the fact.
Correct.
So we're going to divide and conquer a little bit this weekend, Matt. Probably start off together, maybe end up together, but in the middle, we're going to have to go solo,
we're having to get creative, but that's a good problem to have. Lots of games happening, lots of matches, and so bear with us if you are not seeing your team everything captured. We're doing our best, but we love you all.
Yes, we do. We're just volunteers, man.
We are
something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So check that out on Saturday. They only have home games remaining the rest of the season for men's basketball, so we'll be seeing a lot of them here on campus. I think they've got 5 or 6 games left.
Skin down
before playoff time.
That's right, where they head back on out to California for the conference tournament and hopefully to Missouri for the national championship. But
is it always in Missouri?
It is this year. It's at Lookout Point, College of the Ozarks.
Okay, that's where it was last year as well.
Yeah, I just saw someone printing something out about it, and that's how it's fresh in my mind.
You flying out there, Matt?
I, volunteer job as you referred to. Probably not.
Well, yeah, you got like a paid gig here. You got to be responsible for.
I do.
Cool. So another big moment last week. First program win in Justice baseball history, and it turned out to be 2 out of 3.
Yeah, series win.
Yeah, against Lemoyne Owen, who came out here from Memphis, Tennessee, a Division II program. And Jason, usually I'm having to sit here and go, well, they're a bigger program, so it's a little harder to play them. But this time I can say it's a higher level program, and we still won the series.
Still won. 2 out of 3, very close to a sweep. Very close. They almost got there. They had the tie-in and go-ahead runs on in the bottom of the ninth. I think they played 9 that one, and couldn't quite get the comeback all the way there. They had the lead, or it was at least tied going into the 9th, and gave up the lead, and then had a chance to battle back. And Coach Zach said that they had 3 barreled balls that went for outs, so almost got it there.
Seemed to be a common theme even in the first 2 games. A lot of long balls hit all the way to the track and the fence, but not quite over.
So that was a 7. So we'll work backwards. That was a 7-6 loss in the finale of the series. Lemoyne took the last one, prevented the sweep.
The game in the middle was the crazy, makes you crazy game, because they were up 11-1 going into 5, I think.
Right,
or maybe even top of 6.
I think
was it the 6th inning?
Top of 6. Yeah.
6th inning.
No, top of the 7th is what you have here.
No, I think it was
6. Did they only go 6?
No, they went 7, but the top of the 7th would have been Lemoyne Owen, and so we got out of it. There was no bottom.
Oh, okay. So that was a no-run score.
So it was the 6th inning where they put up 7 runs,
and the Lions scored 5 in the home half of the 4th.
So we go into the 6th, 11-1. Come out of the 6th, 11-8, I think.
11-8.
Yeah, 11-8.
And then they added,
scored a little insurance run the next.
A big run. I think that was a huge run for.
It's hard to call it an insurance run when you end up winning by 3.
Well, it still is.
Still, it helps your mentality.
Run. It's one way they call it.
And
those are almost as much for psychologically than they are for the actual final score. So that's so important to know. Okay, we got one back. We're not bleeding as much as we were.
Was that Stokes that ran that one in? He was the designated runner for the catcher throughout the game.
Yeah,
and I think Dallin's the one that might have run that last one in. If the position was the catcher's position, it was.
Yeah, so. You have Jackson Campbell, his position, scoring the run. So it looked like a double by Campbell, and then him scoring on a sac fly to center.
Sounds right. Yep. Yeah, it was a sacrifice. I know that.
A ground out to the shortstop moved him to third.
Yep.
And then a sac fly scored.
Yep. A lot of aggressive base running.
Yeah.
So that was a 12-9. We didn't talk about the finals here, but 12-9 final. And then game 1.
12-8.
12-8 final.
12-8.
Was it 8? They didn't score one more?
No.
I could have sworn they scored one more in the last inning.
Maybe they did and it didn't get on there, but
either way. Anyway, we won.
Yes.
12-9?
12-8. 12-9.
12-9. Okay.
Sorry.
That's because of my chicken scratch score.
Chicken scratches, man. Just got to read them. That's all.
So, and then the first game, another 7-6 game, but we came out on the positive end of that one.
That was my favorite, just pure baseball game of the weekend, because there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of battle back, because they got down 3-run homer in the first by Lemoyne Owen after 2 errors by the shortstop, and then they fought back. Got 2 runs in that inning, gave up another run in the top of the second, got 2 more back in the bottom of the second. And so they never really stayed down. They kept fighting back, and that's what you like to see as a coach too. You like to see that battle back. kind of mentality. And then they jumped ahead in the bottom of the third and went up 6-4. And then Lemoyne Owen got one back. And then they got the final run that would wind up being the winning run, the seventh run in the bottom of the fourth.
Yep. And then closer came in. I think Sloan closed that game for him.
Sloan closed it down. He came in with a runner on because I was talking to him at church. Devin Hancock didn't want to give up the ball. He wanted to go complete game. And
well, he got close. He's 6 innings.
Zach gave him a chance to come out for the seventh. He was deep into his, I think he was 90-plus pitches.
Yep.
And he gave up a hit.
Put a man on.
That was it.
Yep.
And then, like you said, Sloan came in, slammed the door, got a fly out to right, got a kind of confusing 6-4-3 double play. The runner didn't run because he thought it was a pop-up when it was a chopped ball off the plate.
Yeah.
And so he got the 6-4-3. Benefited the confusion.
Yep.
Goes to the Lions, and they slammed the door.
Great game for Devin, too.
It was.
I can't remember the stat line, but you probably have it there. But I think it was like 7 or 8 strikeouts.
7 Ks.
7 Ks, 6
innings.
6 full innings.
Yeah, you say plus when he comes out for the next.
He didn't get the third. You're right. But
right.
Yeah,
So
plus is when they
you don't have an out, so it's 6 plus.
Yep.
If he gets an out, it's a third. But
okay.
It's just 6. Yeah.
So it came out 6+ innings, 7 Ks, allowing 3 runs or 4. No.
He allowed all 6 runs, but
most of them were at the tail end of the
4 were earned because of the 2 errors.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. So good game from him. And then in the second game, that was a great outing for Austin Watson, the second game. He also had, I think, 7 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7. And only allowed the 1 run in his efforts. So bullpen, you try not to make too many judgments too early in the season. We're only a few games in, but obviously you've got to shore up the bullpen a bit because there's been a couple of games like that where we've had a big lead and the bullpen has allowed the comeback. And fortunately, we were able to take the win this time. But the first series of 4 games they had a couple of games like that where we were ahead and then we lost at the end.
Well, and I was talking about this last week when we were chatting. You cut down on walks, you cut down on errors, you cut down on runs. And that's kind of how the formula works. And both of those wins followed that formula. You had deep starting pitching, like you were alluding to, being the strength. I don't believe Hancock walked a single batter. It doesn't look like there were any walks given up, at least for a while, by Watson until the 6th inning.
Yeah, and then to your point, look at the 6th inning. You got walk. You got
walk.
Error.
3 in a row.
Yeah, you got
this
is error.
Oh, yeah, that's
walk, error, home run. And then a strikeout. Then you put more people on. You got more RBIs. We ended up going double. So there's another walk right here kind of written in the bottom.
When did Watson get pulled? Do you remember?
This was all bullpen. That whole
bullpen. So he went through the 5.
I think he went through 5 innings,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a couple guys struggled. I'm not going to call them out here, but a couple guys struggled in that 6th inning. But fortunately got the win, but definitely bullpen, probably one of the focus points for Coach Zach right now.
Now, I was saying, too, I was talking to a couple of the bullpen guys this week, and they were telling me, when the starting pitching goes deep, that's a great thing. But it also doesn't, they don't see any action out there. So it's hard to just all of a sudden, hey, you're in, the bases are loaded, go get them. We need 3 outs. You're not in the flow of the game.
Some might argue that's the role of the bullpen guy, too.
So, but this is the time of year where you get used to that.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Early on.
That's why I said we don't want to judge it too early. But
no.
If you're looking at things to work on, that's probably one of the main things he's looking at. The walks, the errors, and the bullpen pitching.
That's it. And
hitting has been there. They put up a lot of runs the first 2 weekends.
Putting up manufacturing runs, getting on, getting over, getting in.
Yep.
Like that's the formula of the game. Stolen bases, taking wild pitches, pass balls to the next base, taking that extra base on a ball in the gap.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that help your defense.
Both pitchers in those games had, in the second game at least, I think had a couple runs scored on wild pitches.
Right. The first 2 runs of the game, one from either side, were wild pitch.
Yeah. So things like that, but it's early in the season, and they're still gelling as a team. So it's encouraging to get a series win in your second weekend of the season.
It is. Against, like you said, a Division II team.
Yep.
It's impressive.
This week they're playing Arizona Christian University a couple times. They're also going to play Friday, which we will be broadcasting. That one is against Southwest University.
I believe they're playing them again Saturday.
It's a home game, but it's our home field. It sounds like for the remainder of the season is Nozoni Park, which is over about Kyrene in the Loop 202. So if you are in the Valley and you want to come check them out, Nozoni Park is going to be the home field. But yeah, and then they're back playing out at ACU again on Saturday. I think they're playing Southwest, but they're playing it at ACU. So only one game from us this weekend, but it worked out well because we have volleyball and basketball too. So so that's good. And then last but not least, I think I've covered everything except soccer. Which Soccer's got spring ball going on both the men's and the women's side.
They do. The women have a game at GCU Club. I believe that will be tonight as we are sitting.
So the day before the podcast airs?
Or the day...
Or are you speaking in the future right now?
I am prognosticating.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
I threw
you for a loop there.
Side note, what was it, a couple days ago was Groundhog Day.
Actually, Friday, not Thursday. My bad. Tomorrow.
Well,
yes.
The second is Groundhog Day, obviously.
True.
And the movie Groundhog Day, and if you haven't seen that movie, you got to see that movie because that's one of the great movies, one of the great comedies, I think, of all time, in my opinion. But if you remember when they pull out Puxatawny Phil, they call him the prognosticator of prognosticators. So he's something for you to look up to because you were just prognosticating, but he is the prognosticator of prognosticators.
I'm jealous of a groundhog.
Exactly.
Jealous of a vermin.
Yes. I don't know that he's right in Arizona at least because he called for more winter and it's 80 degrees as we sit here. So
yeah.
Not sure.
Well, I think they had to pry the icicles off of him as they pulled him out of his hole this year.
The joys we will never experience as Arizona residents.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. No, thank you. But men's soccer going to be coming out on Saturday as well. I think in the afternoon. They're playing here at home, but it's it's an exhibition. Obviously, soccer season's in the fall. But you have some cool news about. You talked to Levi.
Yeah, Levi was talking to us. They're trying to put together, a little project, just for highlighting, kind of the.
Oh, you're going a different way.
Oh yeah, not. So I think that's kind of cool. There's a lot of things that we're trying to really prop up our student athletes. But
go to
Levi.
In that vein, go to the Justice Men's Soccer Instagram page. Yep. Follow that, and you can see little clips of this little documentary that they're working on.
This guy's done some work for the Cardinals, I think.
Okay. It looks great from what I've seen.
Yeah. So they're doing little things like that, which is good. And then he's got enough players to have 2 full rosters right now. So that's the exciting thing there too. And
which I think is the goal of most of the programs. You want to have kind of a development team that you can pull from as you grow and as injuries happen and that kind of thing.
And we saw that in the fall, right? The injuries happen, the nature of the sport, lots of lower half injuries.
Yeah. And Levi, as we said in the last episode, has stepped in and recruited 11 guys for second semester spring ball. He's got 11 new players here, so excited to see what's happening there. Well, we were gonna chat about a couple other things, but I think we're running low on time here. I want to respect the time of the listener because I don't like listening to things that go too long. Do you?
Yeah, not really.
No. As entertaining as we are.
We are. I mean, I listen to us to fall asleep at night. That's not vain at all, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, I was just checking.
I just hope that we're not having lunch one day and you're falling asleep because you got used to our voices. You're sleep aid. But
that's not true, by the way. I don't actually fall asleep to us. I think that would be a little weird. But
I listen to us driving down the road, which is what I do.
So. Yeah, me as well.
We did get a couple of students that have told us that they've had headphones on at the game, listening to our broadcast while watching the game live, which is pretty cool.
I got a thank you from Federico, who told me his parents watched us from Italy this last Saturday. So
that's amazing.
It's pretty exciting.
But they didn't put it in the chat. We were trying to have the farthest away competition. I think they officially won.
That's true. Maybe they didn't have the chat on. They're watching on their TV. I don't know how they were doing it, but I love it. I love that we could put that out there for the families that can't be here and watch their loved one, as I like to say, their favorite athlete playing in action.
You never know, though. What if they have 3 athletes as kids?
They have a 3-way tie.
They're the favorite at that moment?
Yeah, or a 3-way tie for first.
Okay. Because parents don't have favorites. We know that.
I don't.
No. Well, thank you for tuning in. Episode 5. If you don't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you're made aware when the broadcasts hit and also when we're broadcasting. Also, follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram. And the podcast goes out as you're listening to it. Obviously, you know this, but to anywhere you find your podcasts, mainly Apple and YouTube, since you are following coming from. So, thanks again for joining us for episode 5, and we will catch you next time.
Peace.